were there. I was just, hard at work. So believe it or not, I've actually received a lot of inquiries wanting to know how the Craftsman 7 1/4 sliding compound battery powered miter saw is doing. Well, I'm setting a floor up here, and this is the saw that I chose to bring up 3 flights with me. I'm pretty happy with it, and so are my guys. Now, if you haven't already, catch that video. That tells you a little bit about the Craftsman. Now, here's what I did. I've been using the 7 1/4 Craftsman compound. No, they weren't compound yet. No, they were compound. I guess since the beginning, I've always had a 7 1/4 corded chop saw. The first one I had was not a compound saw. I mean, this was years ago, and I think it was my stepfather's. The second one I got was a compound non-slider. Okay. I had that saw for 15 years. 15 years, and I had been using it in construction. I had been using it in flipping houses. I've been flipping houses with my family for most of my life, and I've been flipping houses on my own since I was 1920. Now that being said, initially I purchased the DeWalt 7 1/4 compound sliding miter saw, battery powered, the 20 volt. Now, I was very pleased with that saw. To be honest, I was really pleased with that saw. I really didn't see any negatives to it. But if you watch that video, then you know that I was switching platforms from DeWalt to Milwaukee, and so I wanted to go with the Milwaukee. So I got the Milwaukee 7 1/4 sliding compound miter saw, and I still have that. I keep that with me, but my honest feedback is that's a wonderful saw. Beautiful saw, performs like really, really well. But it almost feels like you've got a 10-inch with you. It doesn't feel like a 7 1/4. Whereas the Craftsman, I'll probably be citing a few videos here. Take a look at that video. I got my guys a bunch of tools on the Craftsman platform. The portable vacuum, the angle grinder, the jigsaw, and the 7 1/4 compound sliding miter saw here. My master carpenter, MC Chatter, he loves this saw. And I've always let him pick what he wants on site. I buy it, and this saw is what he picked. He wanted this saw. He loves this saw. And we have used this thing for trim jobs on various floors and heights. And it's literally like carrying up a circular saw with you. And it's not a big deal. The Milwaukee is just heavy enough and bulky enough where it's not quite as convenient. Maybe that sounds like I'm nitpicking or complaining a little bit, but when you're doing a lot of trim jobs and you're going up 2 flights, 3 flights back down, and so forth, having the lightest saw to take with you that's functional is really convenient. This is that saw. I have used this saw personally on a number of occasions when I've gotten to the job site, I've helped out with the guys, or for instance, I've swapped saws and I've taken this one with me to something else. This saw is really impressive. Now, mind you, you can't bevel both directions. You only have a single bevel. And that's okay, because you can make everything work that way as long as you just kind of think it through. You make your helpers figure it out, right? This saw is just, it's accurate. It is accurate for an inexpensive saw. I got this saw with a charger and a battery for $199. You can't beat that. That's killer. I think I paid $4.99 for the Milwaukee 7 1/4 alone, tool only. So listen, guys and gals, this is a quick video, but I wanted to give you an update because I promised a couple people that I would. This saw is worth its money, worth twice the money. It's, okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys, as I always am. If it was more expensive, I would prefer to have the DeWalt. Just because the way the DeWalt functions is very smooth. And if money wasn't an object, I'd be very happy with the Milwaukee. But again, considering price and considering how inexpensive this saw is for the money and how beautifully it performs for how inexpensive it is, it's a saw worth having. Now, I've also got the vacuum hooked up with it here. I'm on a 3rd floor. I've got the Craftsman battery-powered vacuum here. And I'm stepping on my hammer on a floor I just set. That's really great, Adam. So you can tell that I'm setting a floor here. I've got a little bit more to do down there. Let's see if we can get it on camera. Okay, there. Now I've just finished setting this section here. And All right, now some of these smaller chop saws don't do well with the standard blade or the stock blade that comes with it. So I always swap out my blades. This is a spider blade. I forget how many teeth it is, but it's the fine tooth blade. So this is really good for trim. Now this is the blade that I would prefer to have on here for trim work. Now a Diablo is also a great blade. Now since it's 7 1/4, you can use any of your circular saw blades in this saw. It's universal that way. So you can pick and choose. You've got a lot of options out there. I like these spider blades for the money. They work really well. So I wanted to make this a quick video because I want to tell you that I do highly recommend this Craftsman. It's amazing for a homeowner. If you're using it a couple times a year, it's totally worth the money. But if you're a new contractor or just getting into a platform, hold on a second. Excuse me. Hey. So if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know that we used to be Build, Gild, and Refine TV. Now Build, Gild, and Refine is our construction company. So we do custom renovations, kitchens, baths, everything. And so you guys have seen chatter in a lot of our older videos. Take a look at that one. That's one of our first big videos to go viral. That's just me and Chatter doing a kitchen remodel, a kitchen refacing. Yeah. You haven't seen him in a while because he's been so busy. But now we're doing a job here locally at my house, the Victorian. Take a look at that video. You'll watch it coming along. And man, Chatter's killed this house. I mean, he's done so much here. I feel like it's got a lot of him in it. You know what I mean? Definitely. Yeah, and that's probably him, peeking in the window at night when I feel like somebody's watching me. I'm like, what? So the one thing I want to tell you guys real quick. This little Craftsman 7 1/4 compound sliding miter saw is kick butt. And I mean that. For the money, I mean, we went through the DeWalt. I got rid of that one, even though I did like it. And then I went with the Milwaukee 7 1/4 compound sliding miter battery powered. But we kept the Craftsman for the job site saw because Chatter liked that one so much. So light. Yeah. I mean, it's like literally like you carry it at your side and you don't even realize it's there.
Yeah, I don't have to, the battery lasts a couple days too.
That's the other thing too. I'm impressed. I really am very impressed with how those Craftsman batteries last. I mean, we've got about what, 4 of them, 5 batteries, 4 or 5 batteries for a few tools, but they go for like all week. That's pretty impressive. So that's just a little quick job site feedback on the Craftsman sliding compound miter saw because, guys, it is so worth the money. I mean, so worth the money. Definitely worth doing.
Definitely worth doing.
My son's watching us through the window. Hold on, here. All right, well, I got to get back to work inside. Chatter's got to get back to work out here. So we'll catch you on the flip side.
All right.
All right. Peace. Bye. See ya. All right. My apologies for that interruption. Where was I? I guess that's really it. That's really it, guys and gals. Whether you're a contractor just starting out, this saw is worth the money. For a 7 1/4 inch trim saw, it's great. It really is. The features are fine. It's a very basic model saw. If you're contemplating one of those platforms, maybe the Cobalt or the Ryobi or the Craftsman, like that price point. I mean, for years, I only had Craftsman tools, years ago when I was basically doing more handyman work, smaller jobs. I was also in the music industry. So I would spend a lot of time on the road or in the studio producing as an engineer and as a live performer. And so I had a handyman company that I kind of lined up some jobs. I also always had a live and flip. So while I was in the music industry, I had a house that I was flipping, I was working on. And that's kind of what helped me, I guess, get to where I'm at today. So you got to hustle. You guys know that already. We got to be willing to hustle. Now I'm waiting on back surgery. So things like carrying a lighter saw up 3 flights of stairs, that's really important to me. Not because I'm getting old. I know I have a little gray in my beard, but jeez, everything counts. Everything counts. Let's just put it that way. Making your job site toolkit as convenient, as light as possible so that you can do every job with the least amount of effort, that's important, especially as you've been doing this for a long time. Now, I'll give you my closing arguments at this point. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button so that you can help propel us deeper into the YouTube algorithm so that I can actually get a few cents on each video that you watch. As you watch all those advertisements through the videos, I know you are, because I'm getting a few cents here and there. It's like, hey, 5 cents there, 3 cents there, because you're watching the advertisements, and I really do appreciate that, because I put a lot of time and effort into editing these videos especially. So I appreciate that a lot. Oh, and please don't forget, hit that bell so that you can receive notifications every time I release a new video. So thanks again for watching, everyone. I'm Adam, and this is The New Woodworker. I put a lot of work and time. I put a lot of time and effort into editing these videos especially.